Hello, and welcome to the No Faces Comic Chat. I'm your host, Bub of BUB'S Comics, and with me, as always, the one, the only, the often here, Metarog.
Well, howdy, partners. How was everybody out there?
Yeehaw!
I tell you, I'm more excited than a ton of tumbling tumbleweeds.
Well, rustle my trouser snake. We got DS Comics here.
Well, suffering succotash.
Hey, welcome.
Yeah, what's up?
Glad to have you guys. Always a pleasure. Let's see. We've already got a bunch of crazy people in the chat. I am scared to call them out because, hey, there's Deadpool 23. Hey, I need to call this man. He called me. I was at work and I couldn't answer. I was in a meeting. But then every morning I wake up and I think about him. I hope his wife doesn't mind. But I need to get him a call.
You know what? I owe him a call also. I was at work and I'm bad at calling people back. But I have a restaurant job, so people get off at like 5 or whatever. I work weird hours, weekends, nights, and stuff. So I owe him a phone call too. But I totally forgot about it, unlike you.
Well, you know, Roger, our very own Roger, used to work at an exotic massage parlor, and he used to tell me everybody gets off at 5 too. All right, so let's see. Why don't you take the reins there, partner? Old Roger. Who do we got in the chat?
Oh man, you got me with that last one. I tell you, you got me with that last one, man. You never cease to surprise. All right, in the chat, tailgating early here. We got Unruly Simeon, my buddy from up there in Georgia way. We got Las Cruces, all the way from New Mexico. And, you know, I think that this episode, if anybody it could be dedicated to, it would be this gentleman, Ranger Sly, one of the biggest Western comic fans in the community, if not the biggest. And speaking of West, going West Canada, we got Mike, Area 51. I'm sure there were some Westerns shot or done around there at some point.
Oh yeah, but they were all riding caribou. They're a little different.
You know, not in the winter, of course. And of course, we were just talked about our buddy Aaron here from Florida.
We got to get him back on the show, man.
We got to get him back.
It's kind of hard when we don't answer his phone calls or call him back. True. I totally forgot.
I got to email him my phone number because I think he lost mine. Yeah. All right, we got Mr. Smooth as Butter, Knights of Old is in here, as well as the man who has probably a bunch of Westerns, and we don't even see it because he's just got so many Silver Age classics. Morris, Bad Dad 320. Woo! Woo! And then, of course, one of the all-time chat superstars, along with Jackson Roy Kirk, James Gallegos. And, of course, Jackson Roy Kirk from Nolans. That's not Western. That's kind of middle down there.
More Western than me.
Yeah, true. Yeah. And the great Kavi from New York City. But he used to be stationed out west. So we'll give him a shout out and a Yahoo.
I think that was our QDS. Yahoo!
There we go. Thank you. And of course, I just received a fabulous AOK from him, which I still am having trouble sleeping after that one. My buddy over there from New York, from Heroes to Icons, one of my favorite guys here in the community. DS Comics is in here, of course. And I think that's it.
No, we got Bill at Comic Mag Musings, although I can understand why you would skip him. We've got
Oh, sorry, Bill. You're kidding me? That's my partner on the Ghost Riders stream.
Oh, you got a bunch of partners. We can't keep up with all your partners.
Yeah.
Here's Heroes Icon. And I think I saw Rusty squeak one in there. Welcome to Squeaky Rusty. He had a what? His name really is Rusty.
Yeah, well, I don't know.
No, it's not Russell. That's why there's only one S whenever he writes his name. Because the one S is short for Rusty, and I think he's one of those people that has a nickname for his legal name. So I think his legal name really is Rusty, and then for short it's Russ. Does that all make sense?
Yeah, but I think it's just Russ. Anyway, and
you don't think his full name is Rusty?
I don't think he's no. I've never heard anybody call him Rusty. Nobody. All
right, Rusty. I need you to speak up here in the chat. You're gonna have to settle this for us. All right, settle it. All right. What? Who else? I'm sure you missed somebody else. Look, it's true. It's Rusty. See?
Oh, he might just be, and pardon the pun, cow tying to you.
Oh my, cow tying. He says, Auntie Jared. Oh, look, he's already starting with the facts. Hold your horses, Ranger Fly. See what I did there? I tell you,
use up all your puns though, because I only got like 2 Western books to show. So save some of the good material for later.
You got it. Yeah. You got it. We'll stretch it thinner than it usually gets stretched. Jambo Comics is here.
Hey, Jambo.
And who else we got? Nope, that's my legal name. See, told you, Rusty is legal name.
All right. There you go, Rusty McPeters. All right, that sounds like a character, honestly, from like some kind of Western show. Actually, Rusty McPeters and his trusty horse Goldtooth or something. Yeah.
Wait, his last name is McPeters.
Mm-hmm.
His full name is Rusty McPeters.
Yep.
I'm going to have to know his middle name before I can continue on this show. Rusty, what's your middle name? It better not be an adjective. We got BTC. His middle name is Irish. What? Rusty Irish McPeters. I don't think that's right.
I think that's the genealogy, of the name is Irish. That's what
Rusty Lee McPeters.
Is McPeters.
Yeah.
It was Rusty McPeters.
Rusty Lee McPeters. I think that's about 3 country songs mixed together. But we're loving it. I bet it's Wyatt. Rusty Wyatt McPeters. All right. We're getting up. Well, look, we're off on a tangent. And we don't even know, even though poor DS has been throwing out all these puns and hints, we don't even know what our topic and team name is for tonight. Roger, what's our dem dare teamer namers?
Oh, I think this was an easy one. Comic book Cowboys. Woohoo!
Woohoo! That's right. Way to go. And DS, what's our topic for this evening?
Western comics and Western movies that DS likes. And
what?
Well, I only have a couple books. I'll talk about some Western movies I like too, but yeah, Western comics.
He got another email that I got.
Yeah, Western comics. Yeah, I like Western comics, just not all of them.
We're just gonna look. Here's the deal: if we try to omit other Western type stuff, then we won't have a show big enough to fill with that other stuff. So anything Western on your mind this is the show for it, and we'll see you in 365 days again for another round of it. How about that?
Well, look, I stopped complaining about the topics long ago, Bub, because I realized that you have a very tough job of picking new and interesting and unique topics week after week after week. For the first year, whatever, there's plenty of topics to pick from. Second year, whatever, the years start to go by. It's really tough coming up with topics. So, whatever you come up with, I'm good at. You don't hear me complain about topics anymore.
So you're trying to tell me that here in our near 3rd year, you finally appreciate all the work I've been doing for the last 27 months. I appreciate you, buddy.
You finally earned
it. Oh, man. You're A-okay in my book. All right. Let's see. What do we got here? Let's take a look then at our topic. Let's see. Roger is all set up with lots to go. DS has informed me he actually only has 3 comic books with a horse on it. So we're going to go to Roger here first so he can regale us moderately, Roger. This isn't, what's that show that he's probably got on pause right now? He's still talking. What's that one? That one he does. Where it takes him an hour and 45 minutes to discuss a cover.
Grader's notes.
Grader's notes. Yeah, he's probably got Grader's notes paused on another tab.
Well, that's a sports show, Roger, and a smart crowd appreciates it.
Yes, it is.
I was gonna say.
I do enjoy that show on rewind at double speed.
I'm just 1/4 of the goodness of that show, so I give the credit to my 3 co-hosts because they carry me most of the time. So
that's sweet.
But this is a great topic. I mean, I saw Ranger Sly's AOK video stuff he got from you, and I was already digging through my westerns because I was just kind of interested, right? And then you shoot the email, so I was like, oh, this is like fate, right? But I was looking through some that are really hardline westerns, and others that are kind of like pseudo westerns, right? Like for example, I put this little gem out when the Avengers went into the past and actually met the Marvel Western characters: Rawhide Kid, Two Gun Kid, Phantom Rider, and Rawhide Kid. Oh, did I say Rawhide Kid twice?
Yes, but he's
Colt,
very vain. So.
Yeah, Kid Colt. I'm sorry, Kid Colt. At this point, I think most of the westerns have been canceled, and all of them were reprints. But I remember when I was a very young, the westerns were kind of popular, and then they just tanked in the 70s, unfortunately. So I thought I'd pull this out because it's a cool little story about them going in the past and them helping them with Kang, I do believe, and his machinations. And then you have something like this. It's really the spaceship is, you only see that at the very last panel. It's mostly westerns in here, and a nice Neil Adams cover. Notice the guy is, unfortunately, the horse is being used for cover. And you have over here.
Is he dead?
Yeah. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I mean, I find that a little bit sensational for a code book to have a dead horse on the cover. Well, do you think they beat him in the last issue for 32 pages?
I can't say. I can't say.
That's your gratuitous beating a dead horse gag.
Yeah,
you'll hear it 6 more times this evening for the
tropes are coming at light speed at this point. And then here's one Ranger Sly would know about because he collects these this whole Skywald Comics westerns, and that's the Sundance Kid right there. And I love these yellow covers. They just bring out the actual contra colors so well. Look at these nice like pinstripe pants.
I thought he was shooting him in the crotch for a minute there.
It does. It's almost. Notice it's going right there.
Easy, Roger. It's a family show. Keep your hands on the table.
If you look at these Western covers, usually they're terrible shots because usually it's like point blank and they're like nowhere near them. Yeah,
stormtroopers got to come from somewhere.
Yeah, that's true.
That's good though because it's got a little bit of everything on there, and I like the noose too.
Yes, I love the hangman scenes.
Yeah, that's real cool.
Yeah, that's
very reminiscent of an Atlas pre-code Western. Really, really cool.
Yeah, it kind of does have that little vibe about it. So anyway, that's just for 3 for now. There's more to come, but this is a genre which is so underappreciated, and it's now I think coming back. Now people are searching them out. Obviously all comics are hot now, but I think westerns especially is kind of a genre which has been really ignored for decades, and now people are sort of getting back in and seeing the incredible creators that are behind these comics, and I enjoy them. I really do. I'm not Ranger Sly enjoy, but I still enjoy them.
Well, that's good. We like him as well. We'll give DS another break because we're worried about his 2 books. We don't want him to blow his wad in the first 5 seconds here.
Well, where's our Rocky Mountain oysters?
What are those? Isn't that like cow nuts or something?
Well, Bill paid $3.
What? Where? Bill paid $3?
He did.
He did.
No, remember, we're not allowed to acknowledge them unless they're at least $4.99. Do you remember the new policy? Did you get the email?
No.
There it is.
We slipped.
Rocky Mountain oysters for the panel on me. Wait, is that 2 per? I hope it's 2 per.
Dealer's choice.
Welcome, Rangers. And you know what? For Comic Mag Musings, I went ahead and brought up a new set just for him. Holy moly.
Wow.
Is the next guy bringing a set of fries? That's what I want to know. Is there any fries to go with that?
You got some fries to go with that shake. That's
the one. Somebody record that quick. Yeah. Record that.
I never use that. I never use that myself. I have too much respect for women, but I did hear that in high school quite a bit.
Oh, well, what did you do when men cat called you that way?
Not me.
Oh. I mean, at such a young age, that had to have been traumatic.
I didn't shake or shiver at people, okay? That's not the way I function here.
Do you wet yourself a little when you go past a construction site now, Roger? It's just a little rough on you, wasn't it?
I'll survive.
Look at it. Get out of here. Get out of here with that. All right. Thanks so much there, Comic Mag Musings. As always, it's not necessary. It's always appreciated. Keeping the lights on. Let's see what else we got. Nova Man snuck in here too under the gun here. He's sneaky. We got a couple of Southern Comic Geek Jasons in the house. Welcome, taking a break from buying Walmart packs, and then I think he buys them by the truckload, and then he stands outside and gives $1 to each person that walks in. He gives them a repackaged one with some sellotape, and has them return them for him, and then he purchases another load. That's how that works.
Hey, congratulations for getting to 1,000 subs. I think today or yesterday.
Oh wow, that was quick.
Yeah.
My goodness.
Yep.
I should have started bribing my subscribers a long time ago. Surf Blue. Surf Blue. My favorite Western people to follow in the movies was Rough Riders, Range Busters, Bill Elliott, Lash LaRue, but he did have some bad movies, and Trailblazers. Good stuff.
Yeah, Lash LaRue, I remember him, yeah.
All right, don't forget to mention the Rifleman. Yeah, that's one of my favorites.
Yeah.
I'll go ahead and throw that up right quick. Let's see. Do I have a Rifleman handy?
You do.
Yep. There you go.
When you say handy, is that a double entendre as well?
No. It's a family. Look at this. Nice, happy people. Rifleman number 01-701-20. You know those 4-color idiots.
Where's the good rifleman?
What do you mean? They're all good riflemen. I'm working on the whole run.
I know, but where's the famous one?
The famous one?
Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, you don't know what I'm
talking about. Oh boy. You don't do well when you feign ignorance, bub.
Oh man. I'll throw in fries in the sarsaparilla. Oh my goodness. This is supposed to be all right. We're not going to be able to hold it together, folks. This is just going off the rails so early. And for $5, he gets 2 plus 2. Good grief.
Yeah,
plus 1.
Look at those deltoids right there.
Absolutely. Oh man, that'll make anybody giant size. Thank you so much, Rangers Live, for contributing, keeping the Bill's keeping the lights on, and you're keeping the internet going. It's our Wi-Fi bill just got paid there. We thank you, sir. Let's see, and we got that's just keeps rolling. All right, I just said it doesn't stop unless you stop it. And let's see, I think I saw a Southern Comic Geek bring back Wonder Woman, not Bub. Oh my gosh, you guys are too good to us. Do we have? That's it. Everything. This whole show is just gone tits up. Look at that. Holy moly! Gravity be damned. Look at that.
I haven't seen that one before. Is that a new one?
Yeah, I've shown it a couple of times, but Roger always internet goes out for about 10 minutes after I show it, so I was worried to blow his fuses.
Yeah.
All right, there's a 2 for Southern. Thank you, Southern. A fine gentleman that gentleman is. Congrats on 1,000 subs. All right. Thanks for this topic. Look. Hey, there we go. Love a good Rifleman cover. I'm trying to get them all, but they're so expensive.
Yeah.
In even decent condition, it's ridiculous, I think. Western Gorilla. All right. We're going to have, Seawood's in the house. We got to get back on topic. So here's Ghost Rider. some early, like someone had mentioned Tim. I think Jambo had mentioned Tim Holt Comics was Ghost Rider's first appearance. There's some nice Dick Airs for you. And it's good on a comic cover, but you don't want to find one in your biscuit. There's the Lone Ranger. What happened, Roger?
Oh gosh.
Did I miss something? All right. So we got the Lone Ranger. And then they're refolding. And let's see. Here's some more Lone Ranger. Look at that. Ooh, pretty. John Cassaday right there. Here's some old Tonto. Little painted cover there with the them there Bonnet's book stamps. DS gonna accuse me of stamping myself. All right, that's all the Lone Ranger. Good stuff. See, look, dude, look, you'll get rich doing Western shows. We don't know about all that. All right, let's see what else we got. Let's finally, poor DS. He's been sitting on this hot stack of books. Tell us a little bit about your extensive Western collection, DS.
Well, I've got technically two Westerns, and they're from the same title. I'll show those in a minute. But this was Western related. But any chance I get to show off this book, which is fairly new, I'll do it because this is 1937. So this is pre-Superman. Good old Platinum Age here. I don't know. It's a 1937 book and a 6.5 with Tarzan jumping off a horse to wrestle a hyena. How can you not like that? Partial black cover, which is rare for this title. Bright red on the title. Just 1937. Are you kidding me? So I had to pick that up, and it's Western enough, but it's just I love some of these old, these real old like Tip Top famous funnies. Sometimes they have some real cool stuff. And the Tip Tops especially have a lot of cool Tarzan covers. As far as Westerns, I'll talk about a few that are on my list, actually. I do like some of the Atlas pre-code Western stuff. And it seems to me that, like, for Atlas War, it's all about Russ Heath. He was the main guy. And Atlas had a good core of artists and writers. It seems to me, and I haven't picked any of these up, but I've researched them to some degree, the Atlas Westerns are pretty good, and it seems like Joe Maneely is sort of like the main guy on the Atlas Westerns. So I would like to get a nice Atlas Western at some point to sort of just add to the collection. And I would like to get like a Lone Ranger book at some point. And then, a Frazetta Ghost Rider. He actually, I want a Frazetta one, but Ghost Rider in the Golden Age was in the Ghost Rider title. He was in Tim Holt, as we mentioned. Yep. And then there's B Riders. There's a couple of those that he's in. So I would like to get one of those at some point. So yeah, I've got some Westerns on my list, but so this is a cool one, and I'll move on to my actual Westerns here in a second, which I'm pretty happy to own. But that's a quick recap of the DS Western scene.
Awesome. I mean, you can't beat some of that. And I like your Tip Top focus. I picked those up for the Fritzy Ritz content. So
this is Tip Top 13. So it's a really old title, but when you get this far back, even this is an early one in the title. So number 13. So yeah, just really cool. 6.5, 1937.
Very cool. Me likey. All right, let's see. We got next on deck is the never disappointing, always present, ever present, sometimes late, but usually on time. Today he was squeaking it. Metarog Roger coming in on 2 Spurs.
Yeah, you got it, man. I'm hightailing it today. Yeah. Let's talk about some Charlton Westerns. Kind of a Western that you don't hear a lot about as far as collectability, but I enjoy them actually. They have that kind of tropish Western quality to them, but their characters, of course, are they're out there, right? Like this guy, Captain Doom, as you see, he's missing his left arm. Okay, and there's this backstory to that, which I'm not all clear about. But a lot of his covers look just like this. It's like him shooting some guy. I have like 3 or 4 exactly, like, just they switched the colors of the varmint over here, but it's pretty much the same thing.
Pretty much the same shootout cover over and over again.
Right, they're all shootout cover. And here we have Frontier Marshal Wyatt Earp.
Nothing wrong with that.
Hmm?
We like some Wyatt Earp action.
Yeah, and the reason I like this cover is that notice the muted outline of these figures here, but yet it draws your eye to what's happening here. Obviously, we have this senor with a sombrero, and we have Wyatt Earp with his little vest and, very classic kind of look here for Wyatt Earp. But that's an older Charlton as well. And then we have a couple like characters that I guess it's Charlton is the one who came up with them. Geronimo Jones.
That's not how you say that name.
How is it?
Geronimo! Jones!
I don't have that much lung power.
Yeah, I'm actually mildly impressed.
That's very impressive. Yeah, you could, I guess you did opera in your youth or something.
Yeah, just as a youth, back in the West, in the frontier, on the plains. That was it.
Cool. And this one here, I like it because it kind of has a horror theme to it. It's a Western with a horror theme. Notice the kind of, Gothic-like mansion here with the bats and silhouetted by the moon, et cetera, et cetera. So I just thought that's the kind of stuff that I like, of those,
I like that.
The genres that sort of are, they cross over, in other words. And I think this one has a little bit of a mystery.
Who's the publisher on that?
This is actually a Charlton, but this is the modern comics reprint of it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. It's a little bit brighter than the Charlton one, so that's why I use this one. So those are the ones that I picked up from Charlton because I like the diversity of the characters and the stories and publishers. So I don't just like to stick to one because they each have their own little nuances that I really appreciate.
Very cool. Look at that. I want to see that bravado. Or are we saving it? We're saving it. It's okay.
We're saving it.
We're saving it. All right. We're saving it. Who's up next? We'll give DS a pass because we know he's running thin. I'll show off a wee bit of them there golden age myself. We got Cow Puncher.
Oh, that's a good title.
Cow Puncher. With the nice Schomburg cover here. And them there damsel in distress. Not distress. Well, distress is almost gone. But she is
that's
a damsel.
Schomburg cover?
Yeah, it's a Schomburg.
Yeah, it looks like Schomburg.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's a beauty.
Pat yourself on the back a little bit more, and it's going to go through to your heart.
The old Cow Puncher. And then also...
That's a horse puncher.
Well, it's semantics, Roger. It's all semantics. And then we have...
It's a whole other species.
We got another Shami Berg. We got the Real Life Comics number 48 with... How's that... What's the name of that wrestler there? Who is that, Roger?
Richard.
Rattlesnake Richard.
Rattlesnake Richard. Good alliteration there, DS.
That was his twin cousin. This here is the strange story of Rattlesnake Dick. Now we're not quite sure, but
oh boy,
if anyone can help us, without reading it, because it's an awful brittle book. This is an older book. You have to understand. I've not opened it. But does anyone know which one of these fellas is Rattlesnake Dick? Is it this guy? Does that look like Rattlesnake Dick? Or does that look like Rattlesnake Dick? I don't know. What do you think? Anybody?
I would think it'd be the guy shooting, not the guy being shot.
The guy shooting is who?
Shooter.
Yeah.
The shooter is who?
Rattlesnake Dick.
There he is.
There you go.
Hey! DS mercifully calls it out to make it come to an end. We understand. He said,
Real Life is a cool title. It's got a whole variety of categories and some real bangers in that title too. Some big hitters.
I like it, and it's got some cool little. I like when he does the little boxes there. That's always fun. Little portraits. Nice. He's shooting the panhandler, right?
Yeah. He's probably prospecting on his own land.
Prospecting on his own land.
Mm-hmm.
And he got shot in the pan by a rattlesnake dick.
Trespassers got shot back then. It was the Wild West,
Yes, it was. As wild as they come. Rob Boswell, speaking of Western wildness, actually, he's more Eastern Mountain wildness. But speaking of them there wildfowl, Surf Blues here as well. Lady Fantastic is here. Uh-oh. Evening, Brittle Boys, and Rattlesnake Dicks. Thank you, lady, for joining us in this, our most appropriate Western show of all time. We're going...
Man, this went down the drain so quick and so often. Oh, man.
Oh, man. Yeah. All right. Here we go. All right. Many horses had their own little title, like Roy's, Rogers, Trigger, Gene Archer's Champion, etc., etc., etc.
Yeah. Silver had his own title as well. Black Beauty. Yep.
Nice. All right. We're ready. He's not as crooked as he looks. He's actually a straight arrow. Go for it, DS.
Yeah, so Aaron just put so that's the Lone Ranger one that is on my list, is that 1948 Dell copy. So if I get a line on one,
if you get a line on two.
I mean, I'm actually looking for one of those too. That is my Lone Ranger that I'm looking for. So if I find a couple of them, I will let them know. But yeah, that's a real cool book. So one of the true Westerns I have here is a nice Frazetta. This is a CPR fail. This was a 9.0, which I cracked out to clean and press. It didn't need any cleaning. It didn't need any pressing. So I just put it back in a bag and board and sent it back to him. And it came back 8.5. I'm exceedingly careful when I crack these things out. So it was exactly the same, and it dropped half a point. So it just goes to show you. But whatever, I don't really care. It's a really nice copy. It's got a cool date stamp up here. But yeah, Frank Frazetta, straight arrow number 3, nice high grade, white cover, really tough to find. And he did 2 in this title. I've got the other one. I'll show that in a minute. But the thing I like about this one, the detail on the bear, it's like he drew every single hair individually.
Easy there, DS.
And just the action, the way Frazetta draws, I mean, he's a master, obviously. So yeah, I'm really happy to have this one. This is a cool title, the Native American hero. Yeah, there you go. Straight arrow.
I like it.
Nice. Yeah, very nice.
Yeah, and these are I bought this. I overpaid for the 9 just because it was such a nice copy. Whenever this book comes up, it's not super rare. It goes for what I consider dirt cheap for what it is. It's such a cool piece by Frazetta. So yeah, if anybody, I know there's people that comment on this whenever I show it. If you see one at an auction, don't be like, oh, I won't be able to afford that. These things go cheap. I saw like a fine range copy go for like under $100. So I don't know why people appreciate this book, but
wow,
it's a cool one.
For any Frazetta, really, that's already in the ballpark of affordable.
Yeah. This has got to be one of the cheapest Frazettas you can find, honestly.
Yeah, I'm with you. Cool bear.
Wow. Nice stuff.
We're loving it. All right.
I love the reference up here to listen to the Mutual Network, and you can hear Straight Arrow on the radio. That's always a cool touch. I like that.
Yeah, cool little advertisement. Very cool. All right, Roger. I gotta know.
Yeah.
Show me.
All right. Let's start with a very rare variant. First of all, very rare variant.
Fine.
Here we have Tomahawk 91 with a see-through cover variant.
Nicely done.
Thank you. Actually, it's obviously coverless, but I really enjoy this series. If if you want to get a really cheap series that have some very interesting stories, Tomahawk can't go wrong. He takes on like sort of villainous things, like giant flaming things and dinosaur things, and so it has some kind of. It's not just a straight Western or anything like that, but it's set, in the past. So really cool little series. I just figured I'd throw that out there just because I enjoy reading it. All right, here you go, Bub. This is for you.
Yeah, I love that.
The Bravados. The Bravados are actually a kind of a team of they kind of are thrown together for including a lady.
Yeah, there is.
She is part of the team and a American Indian. And then I believe it's a blonde guy and another kind of ornery guy. So those are the Bravados, and they had, I think, 4 appearances in Skywald, which is a lot because most series only lasted 3 issues. So here is another one, and here they are in their. That's right. There's an African American gentleman. That's true. I forgot about him.
Wow.
5. Yeah, that's true. Reno. That's the guy I was thinking about. Yeah. Again, a cool little series here. Not a lot of people know about this because it's Skywald, and Skywald really is known for their magazines, not really for their comics. Their comics line was very, very short-lived, but they did some really cool westerns. Sundance Kid, Bravados. I think they also did one other character that's escaping me. Ranger Sly will fill us in.
Yeah, get on it, Ranger Sly.
And
he's only missing one Skywald Western. Maybe it's the one nobody can remember.
And then here is the only Western done by Atlas Seaboard Comics, Kid Cody and the Comanche Kid. Comanche Kid was actually a white man or an Anglo who was raised by Indians. Really cool. And this guy is a dead ringer for Rawhide Kid. I mean, when you look at the outfit, it's even very similar. But and of course, this was, I believe, written by Larry Lieber, which is Stan Lee's brother, of course. So a little cool footnote here in Bronze Age Western history.
Yeah, nice.
We're Talking Dead. Would The Walking Dead be considered a Western? Cowboy hat, guns, boots. I'm going to say no. I think Western is all about locale and scenery.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Jackson Richard, finally a comic I have.
Hey, nothing wrong with that. All right, who's up? Is that me?
Yeah.
Go for it.
Well, since you mentioned it, I'll continue with it. Let's talk about, we all know Roger's favorite topic, the ladies of the West. Here is Zorro and Lady Rawhide making her first appearance in Zorro number 3 with that Adam Hughes cover. Says right there. Look at that.
It looks like a practical outfit for a masked adventurer.
You must be talking about Zorro in the background there.
No.
I have to say, I hope that's Zorro's sword. All right, let's see what we got going on here.
Oh, boy.
I know. You started it. So let's see. Next we have, what's this? Lady Rawhide number 1. How is that? So this is often confused with her first appearance, but it's not. It's her. It's got the same cover. This is actually her first appearance, and this is a special edition collector's issue that uses the same cover. So a lot of times people think this is her first appearance because it says Lady Rawhide 1 and it has the same image. But actually, this is her first. So there you go. For all you who look, that's what Mike says, that Zorro, that might be a rattlesnake dick. That's what he's convinced of it. Let's see. Look, yep, that's mine. And I think this is Mayhew, if I'm not mistaken. It might not be, but look at that. Oh, is it? Yeah, it is Mayhew. Mike Mayhew and Jimmy Palmiotti did this cover. So this is the official number 1.
That's Western-ish.
Yeah,
how could that not be Western?
That doesn't look very Western. That looks
ridiculous. It says rawhide. She's got boots, a whip, a cattle whip. What do you got? A mask? I don't know.
I think there's a club down the road from me that has a lady rawhide dresses like that and dances on Saturday night.
She could be an exotic dancer.
Yeah.
If she's dancing on Saturday night, she's doing something right. It's the ones that dance Wednesday morning you got to watch out for.
Yeah. I'm with Lady Fantastic. That's cosplay stuff there, Bub.
What? Let's see. Where is that's cos? Oh, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Lady Fantastic knows what's up.
There's Lady Rawhide. Clearly, first of all, a nice cowboy hat walking in the door right there. No doubt about that, right? In that shadowy silhouette, right? And then look, check out that old cabinet there.
Oh, that could be the gardener.
You think that's a gardener?
Not a garter, a gardener. The shadow.
Oh. I don't think she's wearing a garter. And look, but she's still got her mask on, so they'll never know who she is. And fortunately, she has her left buttocks cheek turned away from the camera because that's where her identifying mark of Zorro is still from their first encounter. So there you go. And then one more. This one really is more. Where's her gun and horse? It's in the comic. You want that featured on the front? They wanted to buy kids to buy this. What's wrong with you? And here is definitely more of a cosplay cover, though. Here's a little steampunk Western here. The gas lighting.
I like the 6-shooters on there, though. That's pretty cool.
It is nice, isn't it?
Yeah, at least they got some period 6-shooters on there.
Yep. There you go. That's why I focused on this book is for the 2 big guns dead center. One there and one there.
Oh,
don't apologize for the glare.
Not sure what kind of guns those are, but
big ones. They're big ones.
Yeah, I don't think he used any photo reference for those though. But yeah, they're cool. I like that.
Yeah. He just stared at something real long and then closed his eyes and tried to reimagine it. That's all. Oh, man. Good to have you all. Walking Dead, not a Western. Rawhide Lady. Lady Rawhide say yes. Thank you, Sly. We appreciate you.
Oh, man. I really thought the show was going in a totally different direction than it ended up going. I really thought.
Excalibur. He might have used a photo reference. It could have been this one.
Oh,
I don't know. It's pretty close.
One cock. Oh, jeez.
Thank you so much for joining us on this, our Western episode of the No Faces Comic Chat. And with that, I send you to a real straight shooter, our Crooked Arrow DS Comics.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, so the second Frazetta, the second and only other Frazetta in the title, number 22. Straight Arrow 22, the other true Western in my collection. And again, a Frazetta cover that's dirt cheap. Nobody seems to appreciate it, but one brutal cover.
Look at
Going
that.
in to scalp the kid. She's holding on for dear life, and Straight Arrow's coming in to save the day. And a pretty brutal cover. It's just, I don't know, man. I think it's awesome.
I thought it was a baby doll.
Yeah, it's not. But Straight Arrow, he don't mess around. He's jumping right off the running horse, timing his jump. And you can see the look of fear on her face and the kid. I mean, it's just brutal, man.
That's pretty tough.
So, yeah, that's the other Frazetta. Maybe I'll add a Frazetta Ghost Rider at some point. I like the one with the train on it. I don't know what number it is. But, Frazetta's got some really, really good, affordable stuff still. That other one would be the Ghost Rider stuff's a little pricier. But, and if Bill's still here, he already knows the only Frazettas I have left in my collection are these 2 Straight Arrows now. So
that's amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, so cool book. Let me show you the you hit a Cowpuncher. I wanted to show you the Cowpuncher that is my favorite from that title. And it's not the consensus best one, but this is my favorite one.
Oh, that's pretty tough. I like that.
Yeah, I think it's an Al Ulmer cover. I don't know, action-packed, and I don't know. This one grabs me more than the other ones. I really like this one a lot.
Cool.
Wow.
So yeah, it's Cowpuncher 3. That's my favorite one from Cowpuncher, which I think didn't have a very long run, maybe 5 issues or something. 4 issues. I'm on my comic shop. I could probably take 7 issues.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
Pretty good. That one, I like that one. I'd like to have that one too.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I have to admit.
Very nice one. All right, Roger, you're going to close us out. What do you got?
Yeah, let's close out with some Marvel Westerns here. First, let's go with this one. How about a little test time here, guys?
C.
Not up here, but these are all classic Marvel Western foes. So can you name any of these gentlemen?
The guy in the top hat is Rattlesnake Dick.
No.
Oh. You stumped this chump.
You stumped this chump.
Yeah, I don't know any of them.
I think I know some of them. Probably Ranger Sly knows them all. This guy is miscolored, but that is a Red Raven, not the Red Raven from the Golden Age. This is the Western Red Raven. That's Hurricane. That is Rattler. I think that's Iron Mask. And the guy with the boomerang is Fat Man. Yeah, it was very politically incorrect back then. You know what I mean? And I think this is Dr. Magno or something like that. But I don't know.
Are these any of these? Deadeye? Is that one of them?
What was that?
Outlaw Kid and Deadeye. Deadpool's throwing out there. Ranger Sly saying Iron Mask is one.
Iron Mask. I'm pretty sure that's Iron Mask. That is Rattler. That is Hurricane. That's Red Raven of Smith's color, and that's Fat Man because I have that issue with the boomerang thing. And then, of course, we have Rawhide Kid and Two Gun Kid. Yeah, and the Phantom Rider over here.
Oh, yeah, see him.
Yeah. So anyway, that's a cool little issue here. I think Englehart wrote this story arc where they go back in time. It's a pretty cool little story arc. It's probably like nothing, like a $1. But if you find this one, pick it up. It's kind of a neat little issue. Great little cover here on Red Wolf #1. Gil Kane and I think Severin did the inks on this.
See, that's one of my #1s. There's only about 5 in my limited research time. There's only about 5 Bronze Age #1 true first appearances, which of course Red Wolf he's not first appearance in Red Wolf #1. I think he's in, is it Premiere or Presents?
Spotlight #1.
Spotlight. There you go. So, but as far as Marvel Bronze Age Marvel #1 issues, there's only about 5 of them that are still attainable. Like there's only about 5 of them that are still like $5-10 a piece. This is one of them. And the rest are obviously, they go for $50 or more in decent condition, but you can still get a high grade copy of this book for a reasonable price. And that's like my little, what's left, right? The Bronze Age is being pilfered for everything right now. So definitely get on that. So it's my sleeper hit book right here. Go ahead, Roger.
Yeah, good advice because actually this is I think this is a really, you got the nice picture frame. Look at this guy's face over here. This is, I just think that's hilarious. Look at that. He's like almost like he like from a horror issue. And then you got this guy here, looks like he was gagged.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you have this guy here who like with the shadows in his eyes. Gil Kane is a dark motif here, but I really like this cover. And the gun here is really, it's like, knows how big it is. And the hammer is being drawn back. I guess shooting at the wolf here. So cool, really cool little series. Interesting series here, though, is that it was only a Western for the first 4 or 5 issues. And then he became, he kind of like became a modern, he went into modern times. I think it was, I forgot how that worked, but it was a really weird transition. But apparently they pulled one of those like Atlas Seaboard tricks where they wanted to change the character to make it fit like the rest of the line. So
yeah, so tell us what kind of gun that is, Bub. What do we got there?
It looks like I can't see it that well. It might be a 9-shot, but I think it's probably 6. But it might be a 9-shot.
Yeah, I don't know. Almost looks like a 1858 Remington.
I mean, it's definitely a plunger revolver, so it's got the side gate, even though they didn't draw it in.
Yeah.
Should be a side because it's not a top break, so there should be a side gate, but they didn't bother to draw that in. Who are we fussing at? Gil Kane?
Yeah, Gil Kane.
Gil Kane didn't hold too many revolvers.
Guess he wasn't a gun collector. You know?
I guess not.
And then here are the last two I'm going to show, or 2 or 3. Kid Colt 207, no 3 actually. Kid Colt 207. This is the 30-cent variant.
I was going to say you're not even going to mention the 30-cent price tag on that? I'm shocked.
And again, you have this guy here who's got him dead to rights, and he's shooting this, to his right, and you have this guy shooting at the wall.
Good grief.
So obviously, otherwise the issue would be the series would be canceled because he'd be
can't
dead.
hit nothing.
Yeah, he didn't nothing. And then one of my favorite covers of all time on a Western is this beauty here. Another Gil Kane. Red sky turning to orange to yellow as the sun is setting. And
yeah, I like that.
Really, really neat. The 2 smoking, I'm assuming those are 6 shooters on the villain. Notice how he has got the position of superiority in the background, and you have what looks like a very dead Kid Colt outlaw.
Yeah, I mean his eyes are rolled back and everything. He looks way dead.
On that one.
What was that?
Who's the artist on that?
That's it. That is a Gil Kane. See the GK right here?
Oh, okay. Yeah, I can barely see it. But yeah, all right.
Roger.
Is that too much glare?
No, the GK's under the camera.
Oh, okay. Hold on.
There you go.
There you go.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. I'm not looking at my where it is.
The brim of his hat. Yeah.
And this was this is a great issue because this was the very last issue I needed to complete my 30-cent variant set. And it is the only comic I've ever paid more than $100 for. I actually paid $100 on the nose.
Wow. I am shocked to live.
Yeah.
What's more shocking than the fact that he paid $100 for that is all of the other badass books he has that obviously were all under $100. All those bronze keys. It's crazy.
Well said.
Let me put it this way: if I pay more than $5 for an issue, it hurts. So
well, that one's a 30-cent variant, right?
Yeah, that's the 30-cent variant.
That's why you paid that much.
That's why I paid it, and it was my last one. Most of my 30-cent variants I got for under $10, but that's why.
In case you guys didn't notice, there's some saltiness going on. I am the current reigning cover slingers champion again. And so Bill is fussing about the out cold covers. I pulled a little shenanigans, tomfoolery to get this win this past week, and put a few what should have probably been disqualified books up there. But you got to know the judge, you got to know the field, and it's all a little bit of gamesmanship, is all I'm saying.
Yep.
And
yeah, Matilda can sometimes not be the strictest rule keeper. Yeah. So
her rule is law. That's what matters.
If you put a hunky muscled man, she'll look past any kind of problems with the category.
Very true.
Yeah.
She's a good one.
Yeah, she's I love her. Like, there's another one, DS. This guy his leg is way up here. His arms, where does he shoot? Right between them.
Yeah.
And no one's even touching him. He just decided to shoot that way. He's even got a leg down. I mean, he couldn't be more stable.
I mean, he's got him dead to rights. I mean, this has got to be the worst shot ever.
Maybe it's like some Matrix stuff going on there.
He's literally 1.5 feet in front of him.
Oh, man. Good stuff. I love it. And, the Westerns did get a little campy, and the stories were kind of interesting, especially in the Bronze Age. They were short, it felt like. A lot of ads in Western books, it seemed, like loaded. And then they would just there were short stories and quick and a lot of pictures and a lot of little dialogue, Mm-hmm. Not a whole lot. They didn't move quickly. Short but long. Good stuff. I can see why it's a unique flavor. So if you're into Western stuff and you think you might want to be into it, hit up Ranger Sly. We'll see if we can get let's see, Ranger Sly. And then we'll do this, and we'll do that. Let's see if that works. I don't think that worked. Let's try that again.
Yeah, I see it.
Yeah, but I don't know if it's clickable because of the way I typed it.
Yeah, both of them are.
All right, cool.
Yeah, it worked. It worked.
All right, well, hit up Ranger Sly for all your fun needs. And I guess I can throw one more book out there.
There it is.
There's one more book for you guys.
We knew it.
There's the Rifleman.
You knew it. And Woody.
Now, me and Sly were having a chat one day via email, which I had to walk him through that. He's more of a fax machine kind of guy. That was taking all my nickels at Kinko's. So I got things to do. So we were emailing and we were talking a little bit and chatting and commenting back and forth. And we were talking a little bit about this comic being overpriced because, he's still waiting to receive a copy of this. And he's wanting, he doesn't want to pay, much like Roger. He doesn't want to pay for this book. It shouldn't cost that much. Look at him. He wants it, but he hates it. So, and I agree. But as a Rifleman fan, right, of the TV show, long before really I even collected comics, then I was really happy to see a show that I loved have a comic version that was valuable. Like that really pleased me, And this was one of the first Western books in my collection because of that, because I was like, yeah, I got to have that.
Yeah, you got that. That was on your list long ago. I remember you.
Yeah.
It was on one of my first want lists that I ever did. So very happy to have it.
Knight's asking what's the top 10 most valuable Westerns. I don't know. I mean, that's a tough list. We could spitball it, but I bet you that Rifleman is on the list along with the Stan Lee photo cover Black Rider.
The Black Rider, yep.
Yeah. Probably. I bet Tim Holt 11's got to be up there
yep.
in a good condition.
Which one?
Tim Holt 11, the first Ghost Rider.
Yeah, I would think that's saying probably Ghost Rider 1 is probably up there, especially in the upper grades.
And I would say the rest are all Frazettas.
Maybe the Lone Ranger.
First Lone Ranger?
Lone Ranger, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Right?
Well, there's a Lone Ranger long before that even, and it's not super valuable. There's like the Lone Ranger predates comics, but I think there's a Lone Ranger comic from like 30s, and it really doesn't go for that much when I see it. There's probably a couple on eBay. I don't know if that would make the list, actually. I'm not sure.
He was a
Hex.
He was a basketball player and a baseball player. I don't think he played football. I think he was basketball and baseball.
Yeah, Chuck Connors. Yeah, he was a baseball player. I know that.
Yeah, and basketball too. He played, and he had his choice to do either one professionally. I think he got drafted by both, and then had to choose.
Yep. Oh, I think there's some John Wayne comics that are pretty pricey. I don't know. When I say pretty pricey, I don't know what they are. I mean, if they're more than $100, they're pretty pricey to me.
Yeah, and then there's the pricey ones. I don't know if they're Westerns, but they have it's more of good girl genre. That's true. Cowpuncher type stuff. I consider that more good girl art than Westerns, although they're technically Western comics. Some of those can be pricey, especially the romance and the GGA that are
a couple of those Ranger books from Fiction House. They get up there. Some of the real good girl art Ranger books, they're pretty high up there.
First appearance of Firehair, that's a pretty expensive one.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
For sure.
Yeah, I mean, it's just there's a lot of good girl and romance ones that are pricey, but I don't consider them really Westerns. You know what I mean?
They are. And that's Sly's point. That's exactly what Sly was talking about. He's like, look, people are trying to collect these books for all the wrong reasons. Like he's a Western collector, but all these cross collectors are jumping in and snagging these books because they're good girl art or they're, bondage covers or because just John Wayne fanatics. So the
reason I don't own any Timelies is because I'm trying to buy Timelies for the dark GA art. I'm not trying to pay a cap price, Captain America price on it. But, it's all good stuff.
There you go. Gene Autry 1.
This is my last semi-Western book.
All right, hold on. Was that Rocky Lane the same one that voiced Mr. Ed? Or is it a different Rocky Lane?
No idea.
Yeah, no idea.
All right, somebody.
Yeah, all the old Western shows, I see people throwing out like Bonanza and stuff like that. I think all those Western shows had comic books.
Yeah, a lot of them did.
Yeah.
Valley.
Yeah. Yeah, back in the 50s.
You know, it wasn't somebody had mentioned Tex Ritter. Wasn't that John Ritter's dad from Three's Company?
I think so.
I think it was because his dad was a Western star. That was his in Hollywood.
Cool.
All right, go ahead, DS. We want to hear about this Night of the Living Dead. After you're saying that all that good girl art barely qualifies as Western, I want to hear you defend this.
All right, so this I call the female Indiana Jones. I don't know. I mean, she's got an ammo belt on and a whip, and she's got a Western style to her. And I don't know. It's got a Western vibe to it, even though it's a PCH book. This is one of the PCH books, or one of the books that I list for sale, and nobody bites. And then I pull it down because I like it too much, and I'm glad that nobody bought it. So now it's not for sale now, but I don't know. It's got a Western vibe to it. It's a cool book, and it's I don't know. She's got a Western vibe to her, right?
I'd say that's pretty close to a Western. I mean, if she had a hat, it would be like for sure. But
I don't know if her hat fell off or what, but
right.
She's got the pants there and the whip and the gun ammo belt. I don't know. It's got an Indiana Jones sort of Western vibe to it.
Yeah, agreed. Yeah. Is that one of those Avon one-shots?
It is, yes.
Roger wants it now. Golden Age one-shots. He's all about it.
Well, hey, if you're looking for Golden Age one-shots, though, Avon, they just did them left and right. There's so many.
A whole bunch, yep. I have a couple, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think that I dare say they did more Golden Age one-shots than any other publisher. They did just tons of them.
Yeah, they did.
There's some good PCH one-shots they did that are on my list, but this is the only one I currently have.
Yeah, them and Fox Features did a bunch of one-shots.
Yeah.
Well, cool. And we got confirmation on all kinds of stuff. Tex Ritter was John Ritter's dad, and Rocky Lane did provide the voice for Mr. Ed. Uncredited.
Oh, wow. Nice.
Look at that. All kinds of Western knowledge coming at you guys.
Woo-hoo.
You just don't know how to handle it. We're doing everything we can, but when the three amigos are in town, that's what you get. Huh!
Yeah, Area 51 is got a better description. This is more Lara Croft than Western. So yeah, like Lara Croft, Indiana Jones vibe to it. Yeah, I mean, hey, it's after the Straight Arrows is the closest thing I got, man. So that's it.
Hey, we'll take it.
We'll give you credit for that one, DS.
We haven't shot down anything except apparently an obviously Western lady book. That was the only thing that got shot down.
Yeah.
Everything else.
The cosplaying rawhide lady, that didn't fly.
All right, I give up. Thank you so much, everybody. First size poops too. Yep. Hopalong Cassidy is my favorite of mine. Surf Blue. Yeah, congratulations on your recent generosities towards you, Ranger Sly. Well deserved, of course. Everybody sub up. I'm dropping again. Everybody sub up Ranger Sly. He didn't used to make videos, and a lot of people don't realize that he kind of started making videos on the sly. See what I did there?
Yeah. And notice that his videos are always called Most Wanted Comics, like the Most Wanted posters.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
It's good stuff. He's got a buddy helping him edit. There's high quality going on there. And, he's been such a fixture of the chat community for us and a big supporter in the community. So, he deserves our support as well. And you won't be disappointed by the content he's providing. That's what I'm going to say. So,
and he's got a cool accent too.
Yes, he does. My wife was Joy. Listened to him. We were watching his video together, and she was just loving that French Canadian. I think that's what it is.
Yeah. Better not let her listen too close, there, Bub.
Yeah, I know. She'll get wet in the ear or whatever that happens. French, the old French in the ear. Count Von Strange the Fourth. What's good? What's good is replay watching because you've pretty much skipped out on this one, but we'll catch you next time on the No Faces Comic Chat. DS, what do you have going on in your fair neck of the woods?
Well, as far as YouTube, I'm on Golden Guys every Tuesday night at 10 Eastern on the Comic Core, and we just love talking about Golden Age comics. I may not be there tomorrow, but it's always a good show every week. And then on my channel, don't hold your breath for content, but I'll do something at some point. I do have a big book coming in, though. Yeah. Should be here end of the week, perhaps. And yeah, I'll show that off. I don't know, maybe on this show next week, because the timing should be about Monday when I get it.
Oh, nice. Perfect timing is what it sounds like.
Sounds intriguing.
Yeah, I'll give you a preview after the show what it is.
Nice. Looking forward to it. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. All right, them there, Roger. What do you got coming up on your fine channel and or the channels from which you grace?
Yeah, well, Thursday is going to be a bi-weekly roundup. I might have a little surprise during the roundup, so remember to check that out. And then that night we is Grader's Notes, and I believe it's going to be on Mr. Miracle's channel this fortnight. But check the roundup, and I'll let everybody know what the comic is and whose channel it will be on.
Nice. That sounds like a plan. It sounds like fun, and it sounds like a fun plan. What do you think about that? It better. Yes, thank you so much. Hey, we had a big time with this subject. I'm surprised it took us this long to get around to these parts of the ranch. So I'm glad that this happened. Of course, Monday night, my channel every Monday night, hopefully, we do the No Faces Comic Chat, barring other interruption. And of course, we'll do, if anyone wants to be a guest on the No Faces Comic Chat, Comic Mag Musings has been emailing me each morning requesting another spot. So please, someone step up and request to be on the No Faces Comic Chat, and we will evaluate your their request and probably offer an invitation. So just let us know if somebody wants to be on. Shoot me an email or hit me up on Instagram or whatever, and all the usual places. So we got the No Faces Comic Chat every Monday night, and then Wednesdays I'll probably do a comic video. And I'm thinking about kind of sparsing all that out because the comics are getting pretty expensive these days. So I think I'm going to be doing Monday night No Faces Comic Chat. Wednesday morning will be a comic haul video of some kind, and Friday will be some sort of special presentation of something. Last week it was a Power Records, which is always get low views, but high participation, if you will, high chat participation. So lots of comments, lots of people leaving stuff, but then you know how that is.
that was an unusual video, but I'm glad you did it.
It was weird. It was terrible, wasn't it?
Oh,
I mean, it's a fun video to make. But, man. And just think how many times I listened to that horrible, poorly written story and acted story. Voice acting was horrible on that.
Oh, yeah.
Superman sounded like an old bus driver. It was just terrible.
Yeah. Man, I didn't know Superman has such a gruff voice,
So I'd love to have Tad on. All right. So
anyway, I'd love to have Tad on.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
That'd be great.
Yeah,
that guy.
He's the one that inspired me to do live streams. When I saw his live stream, and he was putting them on every Monday afternoon there for a while.
Yep.
And it was like lunchtime with Tat, and I just absolutely loved it. And then he quit, and I was like, oh man, Monday needs a live stream. So I thought, well, I'll do something. So good stuff. All right. So we will catch you next time on this same bat time, same bat channel. Roger, what do you want to tell the fine folks to do with themselves?
I want everybody to tell everybody to be kind to each other, to be blessed, and be back next Monday night for another amazing, astounding, astonishing No Faces Chat.
Hey, look at that. I felt like you started off with a Western accent, abandoned it somewhere in the middle, and tried to pick it up there at the end. Am I close?
Yeah, I kind of lost it there. Yeah, I kind of lost it. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you, sir. And DS Comics, what do you want some people to do with their spare time?
Just make sure you do your homework. That's it.
Absolutely. This man researches everything. People call it a lot of luck. It's not luck. That Tomb of Dracula 10 he got was not luck. That's fruits of labor and intensive studying of the hobby and being a quick draw and on the old eBay and other such sites. So that's hard work that he puts in, and you can too. Just don't do it when he's doing it, because he'll get mad at you. So
the eBay, the Wild West of comics, a great place to score stuff.
Absolutely. Like, Donald, can you start over? I wasn't ready. No, and you missed the giveaway. You have to be here to claim your prize. Sorry, buddy. Got to watch the rewind to see what you missed out on. And then, Vaya con Dios, Rattlesnake Deeks. And we'll tell you all to read a comic and don't apologize for the glare, folks. Bye-bye.
Night all.